Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of our JustNoMil. In today's episode, my MIL died and I don't care. My MIL got a similar tattoo. Am I overreacting? How to respond to JustNoMil and the way she asks to hold my baby. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. My MIL died and I don't care. She passed away exactly 6 months ago due to cancer, and I truly couldn't care less. Don't get me wrong, I've always been very kind and polite with her, and she didn't do anything to me. She just happened to be a stranger. She was schizophrenic and couldn't say anything that made sense, which isn't her fault, but it's part of why I'm having a hard time grieving for her. It's difficult for me to grieve for a stranger. I've never had any sort of proper interaction with her. When she died, my husband called me cold and heartless because I didn't cry. I thought he was an a-hole for saying that, because I was definitely not happy and I was doing my absolute best to support him. I don't think anyone should suffer the way she did. Her cancer was very aggressive. Death was certainly a relief for her. But again, she was a stranger to me. Is it really so wrong not to care? Do I have to fake sadness in order to have a heart? Sometimes he annoys me. He wants me to cry and feel bad every time he talks about her. It shouldn't be so hard to understand that she wasn't anything close to special to me. He can't control how you react. As long as you are being respectful and supportive of him, cool. You don't need to cry and wail when he mentions her. I would suggest a grief support group / counseling for your spouse if he isn't already engaged in those. If you didn't know her and can't conjure up any emotions on your own behalf, ask your husband about his relationship with her. Ask him about his favorite memories, special times they had together, what made her an important person to him. You didn't know her, but you know him. Relate to him on why this loss is so hard. Hold his hand, give him hugs, really listen to his stories, and empathize with his emotions and memories. You can tell him that you wish you had more opportunities to know her better, to have had more opportunities to enjoy the type of things he shared with her. Get out of your own antipathy and help your husband through his grieving process. Just as a thought, he may be expecting you to be sad for him, not for her. Is he only upset because you didn't cry and mourn her? He's hurting and might not be able to understand anything except his own pain right now. Not everyone cries, even if they are very sad. I know she wasn't special, but can you mourn a life lost to mental illness and then cancer? She didn't have a chance to be anything to you, and it wasn't her fault. Sad face. My MIL got a similar tattoo. Am I overreacting? I'm convinced my MIL is trying to be me, either subconsciously or on purpose, I'm not sure. She does not like me and has made it known by telling me she wants no relationship with me. That message was loud and clear when she wore white to my wedding. I've tried to let shit go. I've even taken the high road most times and let it slide, but the more my husband pulls away, the more she does weird shit that is similar to something I would do. MIL has done and said a lot of shit to make it known she's not happy with our marriage and that I'm stealing her baby boy. Husband has been on my side since the beginning and has even minimized contact with MIL. But she still does things that I think are creepy on an unhealthy level. For example, I got a tattoo a few months ago, made a post on social media, and 2 days later she also gets a tattoo. I start reading a book series, and the next week she reads the same books. I become obsessed with a musical artist / band. She starts posting about them. Most recently, she got a tattoo that is similar to one of my tattoos and is located in the same spot as my tattoo. Think 2 hummingbirds, but one is slightly smaller, and both are located on the right ankle. I think it's straight up creepy. Husband thinks I'm reading too much into this. So am I overreacting? Should I just let this go? Or is my MIL trying to be me so my husband will come home to her? The chaotic evil side of me would like to suggest an Inkbox temporary tattoo. Post it with a caption, "Can't decide if I love it," and neglect to say it's temporary. See what happens. So's initials? Barbed wire around the bicep. An oldie but a goodie. There was a funny letter some time ago about a woman who would post fake things she was saving for, and her MIL would run out and buy them for herself. LW never actually bought them. Take a picture of yourself tying on an expensive jacket or bag and neglect to say you didn't buy it. OMG, do you realize how much leverage you have over her right now? I would choose weird tattoos and say you had them done and see if she copies it, haircuts and outfits too. Then offer to meet in a public place and see if she makes a fool of herself. It is a bit creepy that your husband's mother is trying to emulate his wife. However, it seems that it's a reaction that she's wanting, either from you or from him. So, she should never see you react. He should tell her that children are supposed to grow up and have lives of their own. Her baby boy wasn't stolen. Her baby boy is no longer a baby and has done what grown children do, moved out and created a family of his own. He will never move back into her home. Her behavior toward his wife has pretty well cemented that even when she's old and frail, she will never have a place in his home, but that may not be something he is ready to say to her. Not overreacting. Take a page from this Redditor's book and pretend to shave your head. Then see if your husband thinks you're reading too much into it when his mother shaves her head. How to respond to JustNoMil and the way she asks to hold my baby. First time mom here to a beautiful 6-week-old baby girl. My JustNoMil has been very excited since we told her we were expecting. And by excited, I mean borderline overbearing and dismissive to boundaries. She's bought so much stuff that we have flat out said we don't want. She guilt trips my husband when she doesn't get to see baby every few days. She's made weird comments about people mistaking her for the mom. Baby's eyesight is so bad that she probably thinks she is the mom, and referred to the baby as her baby early on in my pregnancy. We just saw her last weekend, and she has started to get really bad about hogging my baby and not giving her back right away when I ask for her. Last weekend, she held my daughter for an hour and a half long contact nap, and when I asked for her back, she said, "Oh, but baby is so cozy on me. Let's not wake her." I was pissed because baby is still young, and we are exclusively breastfeeding, which has not been an easy journey. I try to let baby contact nap on me once a day, especially in these early days when my supply is still being established and hormones are still regulating. She started saying, "Can I hold her now since you get to hold her whenever you want?" It's become her go-to every time she sees me holding my baby. I hate this question. Other than just saying no, how would you respond to this question? Edit. Thank you so much for the responses. I definitely need to be more assertive with my MIL. I'm going to be better about saying no and not being such a people pleaser. I'm also going to baby wear a lot more. I talked with my husband, who very quickly understood where I was coming from, and he's going to talk to his mom. He's a great husband and dad, but can be so oblivious to things like this. My idiot MIL used to say, "Give her to me," and try to snatch my baby out of my arms. That baby is almost a teen now. I would say, "No thanks," in a condescending tone, as if I were talking to a toddler, and turn away from MIL. It didn't make her stop, but it definitely pisses her off and prevented her from getting her disgusting fingers on my kid. What is that revulsion that some JustNoMil give us? Mine literally made my skin crawl. The next couple of times she comes over, "Baby, where?" When I asked for her back, she said, "Oh, but baby is so cozy on me. Let's not wake her." Direct quote her back when she asks to hold baby while staring her down. "But you get to hold her all day. What are you, 5?" I would say, "No, please give me the baby back." Simple and usually works. You don't have to say it in the rude way, just a firm tone. And talk with your husband. It would help immensely if he would scold his mom. "Mom, Opie asked you. Please give her the baby when she asks." Also, it is scientifically proven that disturbing mother-child contact in the first months is a huge contributor to PPD. Every time you feel the need to hold your baby and someone doesn't give it back to you, you are a step closer to developing PPD or PPA. Don't ever let that happen.
No.
And please stop asking like that. This is my daughter, not a toy to fight over. I'm parenting her, not hogging your favorite baby doll. Also no, and please stop hovering. You're making me uncomfortable. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.